What is going on, guys and gals? Referee Jake Clemens here, and you're listening to Wrestling Cheers, where everyone knows your name.
Taking your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came. You want to go where you can see that troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
And welcome back to Wrestling Cheers, where everybody knows your name, especially when you can't read and can't write. This is Wrestling Cheers. We'd like to talk about things going on in the Northeast Ohio independent wrestling scene. We preview shows, we review shows, and sometimes we even have interviews along the way. This is a review of AIW's Cibernetico De Mayo 2. I'm your host, Justin Summers, and Wrestling Cheers is brought to you by Midwest Territory. Please rate, review, and subscribe your ever list this fine podcast, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, or Podbean. WrestlingCheers.podbean.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Facebook.com/WrestlingCheers, Twitter.com/WrestlingCheers, Instagram.com/WrestlingCheers. Email, if you so choose to desire, WrestlingCheers@gmail.com. Like I said, we will be reviewing AIW's Cibernetico De Mayo 2. I already introduced myself, and this week we got Ed, formerly from Pod Van Dam, now from Hayabusa.
Yeah, I'm from Hayabusa Butt Pussy, the podcast about wrestling, kind of. Hey, that can't read, can't write, can't state thing is very hurtful, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the entire thing with Kent State is like, oh, they'll accept anybody. And guess what, Justin Summers? They fucking did not accept me.
Yeah, I mean...
They told me, no, you cannot come to our college.
The thing about that joke is it's one of those jokes, like, someone has to be saying it. You can't put it in writing because it doesn't make the same sense. I always said it's the same thing as the Kanye West fish sticks thing. You can't put it in text form because you're supposed to be saying fish sticks, but the joke is that it sounds like fish dicks.
That joke double rules because Kanye got mad about it, and they're like, no, Kanye, don't get mad about it. That's the joke. It's that you can't take a joke. And Kanye's like, no, I get it. I get what the joke is, and also, I'm mad about it.
I fucking Kanye.
Oh, makes me sad. It makes me incredibly sad.
It's the reason why I have his music on physical media, and I try not to stream next to any of it. I have like a few exceptions, but that's it.
Never have heroes, Justin Summers, is my lesson that I've learned over the last, 5 years.
You should make Bret Hart your hero.
I fucking would be doing better if I did. Fucking shit. Kanye, Russell Brand, damn, dude.
Yeah.
I had a rough COVID.
I hope, nothing bad happens to Twice.
Oh, shit, dude. They can't. Che Young already wore a QAnon shirt. We made it through it. We weathered that storm. Get it? QAnon joke.
Yeah. Yeah, so crazy tangent getting on to Kanye. But yeah, I needed something for the intro, and I was like, fuck it. We were in Kent.
Yeah. You know that bar had no, in and out privileges?
Oh, yeah.
Or, it was a real venue?
Oh, yeah. I've known that.
They made me go smoke drugs in their backyard instead of my car where I wanted to do it. All right, this is on you guys.
I've seen you do it.
Yeah. I wasn't hiding it, was it?
And there was a big backyard there that.
Yeah. I was like, all right, if this is what you want, I'll do it. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, that's a thing with that venue, period. I've been to.
Well, you gotta fucking quit it.
I've been to enough shows there where there's been that issue, and I remember before where that back wasn't even the fence didn't go as far back. Let's put it that way. Oh. It was there.
So next time,
but it was a lot closer.
Next time, I'll buy a ticket, but when I get in there, I'm gonna need somebody to give me a lanyard so I can go in and out.
I felt awkward because I was going in there with a bag of A Treat for Pat, and I knew like it had that like real venue type issue of like, they would be like, you can't bring that in here. But it's like, this isn't for me. This is for somebody working, and I'm giving it to them as a present. So I like, before I got to the one security card, I handed it to Pedro. I'm like, give this a pat.
I think Battis brought Pat back ice too.
Yeah, I was happy. I was able to hook him up because I was out in
actual ice. I don't want, not meth. I just want to be clear. Ed Battis was not selling meth to Pat.
Are you sure?
No, don't start that rumor.
I'm not going to start the rumor that he sold it. He was selling it to Pat. I'm just going to say that Ed was selling it. Period. We just ended that.
I thought you were going to go with Battis was giving him his first taste for free. Getting him hooked.
But no, I was happy to be able to hook up Pat with some A-Treat. Because that's some surprisingly really good shit.
That was my first time at that venue, and it was pretty dope. I didn't have many complaints about it. It's small, but I liked it. It's weird. It was like a weird type small, you know what I mean? It reminded me of a bar version of that venue. Where is it in Tennessee? The one that like Uncharted Territory was at. Do you know what I'm talking about? What is it, TWE or something?
Yeah. That's what you're I know what you're talking about.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, it might be the only time you ever go to that show, because I don't know if AIW is going to go back.
Oh, no!
Unofficially, that seemed to be like a poorly attended show.
It'll happen, though. Like, it happens. What the other ones there have done well, though, right?
First one was worse than this. But the last one, because it was in January, surprisingly, like had a pretty good turnout. That was a really fun show. I'm not saying that this show wasn't fun, but this, like, the last one was the first time they did it inside, and I was like blown away, like how fun that show was.
If they do another show there, I need to get there early enough to be able to sit at the bar and watch wrestling. I didn't get those seats, and they look dope. That'd be a fun thing to do.
I want to know what somebody yelled from the one bar after the tag title match.
We'll get to that. We'll get to people yelling things for sure.
Oh, do you know what was said? Because I didn't exactly hear.
I don't.
Okay.
But I know someone. We'll get to it later.
Yes, we will. No meet and greet for this show. Just kind of like a regular, like a real genuine, just regular AIW show. There's nothing like special other than the main event match. I
got there literally right as the countdown was happening.
Yes, I saw you walk in, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's here."
Right when the show was starting, I got there. Yeah. Got hungry on the way, and I stopped at Arby's. I was like, I don't know if this venue's gonna have food. I don't know. I've never been here, so I'm just gonna get something just in case.
I don't know. I swear half the time, like, the best bet is to always grab food beforehand, unless you know, like, oh, this place got really good something. Other than that, like, stop fucking somewhere, or be prepared to stop like right after the show. Like, the one thing I like about Tadmore is there's a Taco Bell really close by, and I think it's like right across the street. Yeah, and there's been a show or two where I just that's my first stop. But all right, let's get into this card. You ready for it, Ed?
Yeah.
Start off with Anthony Young versus Vic Vice. Anthony Young has popped up at shows like this, like at Kent. I know he's done like some other like shows. Like, I think I'm not sure if he's had like a regular AIW appearance.
I don't think I've ever seen him. Ever. I did not know. His pants said Sky Prince, though, and that's fun. No one was Sky anything at this venue.
Well, what were your
thoughts?
Low
ceiling.
What were your thoughts on him?
He's all right. That's dope. No complaints.
Yeah, he's a guy that we've seen here and there. And with him being the first one that came out, I was like, well, did someone like no show? And that he's a replacement for somebody? Or like, is this just a match that was thrown on the card and was him versus Vic Vice? So I was like, oh, this is a new match that we didn't know about. We went from 5 matches to 6 matches.
Vic Vice wearing a drug rug.
You didn't wear yours, or did you?
No, it was warm.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But as a drug rug connoisseur myself, I appreciated it. I said I like Vic Vice moving up in the new new talent rankings for me. Just by that alone.
Is there anybody above him?
Yes, for sure. There's a couple, but Vic Vice is definitely above some people too. Vic Vice ain't near the bottom.
Okay. I enjoy Vic Vice. I like the tag team that he has with Hendrick Hawkins. It's like an opportunity for both of them to just kind of get out there more and like show what they have. But this is also just an opportunity for, Anthony Young to do the same thing. I don't really have any other thoughts on this match.
Oh, it was good. What are you going to say? Like, there was a lot to it. It was good.
It was Vic Vice pinning Anthony Young for the win. All right. And also with this too, like normally I do live tweeting, but I totally kind of forgot that that's harder to do in Kent or just in the Outpost because my signal was god awful. So I tweeted at intermission and at the end of the show. But yeah, that kind of sucked. And it didn't help too. Like right around intermission, I like text my wife something and she didn't respond until some point in the second half. And literally at the end of the show, I get like all these responses like, what do you want? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to say that, but just like, she thought I was ignoring her. And I'm like, no, like I get horrible fucking signal here. Cause I think I was telling her that, I bought Kaplan's jerky, bought 3 bags of it.
Yeah. Kaplan was there just as a jerky salesman this time.
Yeah.
Ruled.
All right, let's get to match number 2. Everybody's favorite, Cisco Silver versus Dominic Green. Some of the things I was saying during this match, trying to see if I can remember any of them. I was wanting Dom to like get him in like a certain submission hold where I was going to be like, make a squeal like a pig.
Dom was trying to get him in some sort of rear naked choke, I think, and someone yelled, "Stop resisting." That was good. He's a cop, ladies and gentlemen. Cisco's a cop. I don't know.
The funniest Cisco joke didn't even happen in this match. It happened in the next match.
Dom, fresh back from Japan.
Yes.
That's cool.
Didn't even miss an AIW show.
Oh, not at all. He's a true pro. He made the book and he said, "I'm going to come back so I can wrestle Cisco Silver at the Outpost."
I mean, supposedly it was Dom that picked it.
Yeah, no, dude, I believe it. Like, they did beat the shit out of each other. It rules. Dom is just on a tear of, like, wrecking shit. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. And, like, this 2023 has been real dope for Dom. Like, I think I've liked everything he's done the most of, like, anyone in AIW so far this year. Like, if I had to pick, Dom would be my wrestler of the year so far. Like, everything that he's done has really, really hit for me.
That Mikey?
Mikey's part of a tag team, so I'd have to grade it as a tag team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But so that means tag team rankings, Bitcoin's number 1.
Sure. But Dom's singles for sure, though. Yeah, everything Dom's done this year in AIW has been really, really dope.
I'm curious to see what he does at Gauntlet and whether he's going to be in the match or whether he's going to have just a regular match. Because normally, like, he gets some of the like bigger names that come in, but everybody that's announced, I don't think he's going up against Larry Zbyszko. I don't think he's going up against Abdul the Butcher. Could be funny.
I would like to see either of those things. That'd be cool.
And I think the next match determine who went up against what's her name?
Mayu Yamashita.
What he said. Oh, I'm on that. That's gonna be such a pain in the ass.
She's a once. You know that?
What's that?
That's what Twice call their fans.
Of course. I actually thought like it was like a rival to Twice. Kind of like a Backstreet Boys NSYNC type thing. So I was
man, every K-pop group has a name for what they call their fans. Like ITZYs, their friends, or MITZYs.
What's BTS?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't listen to BTS.
I mean, you don't have to listen to them. I figured you would just know.
I don't know shit about BTS.
Should call up what's her name because I know she knows.
Christina, yeah. Christina Spicy Water, yep. Ice, ITZY, Yena, Stacy, Ice One, Ive.
You're just like saying gibberish now. Like you could make up a group and I would be like, oh, okay, cool.
Dude, yeah, it's like I know around the people that listen to this isn't very popular, but Voices of Wrestling used to do a game when they would like have a slow news week where Rich would name 3 Chikara wrestlers and one of them was made up. They would make them guess which one was the made up wrestler.
That's actually a fun game.
Super fun.
Because a lot of those names were fucking insane.
Disco Silver would have been a literal cop in Chikara.
Well, he
would have been a RoboCop, probably. Dude, that's what they should do. Listen, people are going to boo the cop, but if he ever face turns, no one's booing RoboCop. No one.
I don't know if we'll see him in Gauntlet 2 years in a row, but can we get a Cisco Silver and Dick Justice moment?
Whoa.
Literally,
Listen.
Dick Justice needs to come back to wrestling and they could be good cop, bad cop.
Listen. So, if you saw on Twitter, everybody was at Colin Delaney's wedding.
Yes.
Congrats, Colin Delaney. And Dick Justice was there. Mm-hmm. Thorne was talking to Dick Justice, and that is, as we know from the podcast, how a lot of bookings happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Dick Justice looked great. Did you see him?
Oh, yeah.
He looked great. Justice should come back.
I mean,
and Jerry.
He does selective things, Dick Justice does. Like he did Gauntlet. He still does Old, which we'll be seeing next month for those who go.
I'd have him beat Cardona.
Oh, my God.
Listen, here's my short list who had to beat Cardona. Dick Justice, Jock Sampson, Jerry. That's it.
Not Mikey?
Sadly, Mikey might have a little bit of a singles run for a little bit. So maybe, yeah, Mikey. Yeah, fuck it.
I thought you were turning on Mikey because, like, your answer for everything used to be Mikey. So, like,
I was just trying to think of who's really dope from Mount Carmel. I haven't seen in a minute.
Oh, you know who would be good? Kikutaro.
Kiku, yeah, dude. Kikutaro, let him. He could beat Cardona.
Kikutaro, absolute champion.
No one's made him a champion. Isn't that weird? Like, no indies ever like made Kikutaro a champion. Even like a little run. That's so weird. Never been AIW tag champ. It just seems like a thing that should have happened.
Was he ever in a tag match at AIW?
I don't even know. I just feel like him and Colt could have just had like a little 2-show run with the belts. Would have been fun.
Oh, you know what would have been cool? Don't do a 2-show run. Have it to be he wins like the title, but he gets cashed in on the J-Lit opportunity.
Oh, no, don't do that to me. I already had that happen one time, and I don't react well to it.
Yeah.
I yelled at Dom during this match to kick that man really hard, and then he did, and that felt cool. Said, Dom, you should kick him fucking hard.
I know one thing I yelled, but very few people would get it is, you know, my favorite ICP album is Beverly Kills 50187.
Oh shit! Never mind. I got to tell you something during the Bishop match. Just reminded me.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, going back to this match, it was, you know, Dom doing what Dom does. Dom has not lost yet this year in AIW, and
wrap him up.
Yep. Cisco was no different, and Dom pinned him for the win. Let's move on to the next one. Jocelyn Navarro versus Ziggy Haim. Our literal women's division right here. 1-on-1.
So I am not normally this close to the ring or like sober at AIW. So I have a question about Jocelyn matches. She always talk that much?
Kind of.
All right, that's cool. Like, it was really cool. I liked it a lot. I wonder if it's the thing that I've never noticed till now, or like this is new that Jocelyn just talks the whole match. I liked it.
I'll say she's gotten better over the years because the first time I seen her live, it was an outdoor show, and I was like really close to the ring, and like she was talking during the match, and I could not fucking understand her at all. But she's gotten like so much better at that.
Yeah, like projecting. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. This match was pretty dope.
Two women beat the shit out of each other.
Dude, they both took like the back of their head, like off the railing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, that was sick.
Yeah,
I know that I brought a friend with me she's never been to wrestling before, and when she found out that there were going to be women to wrestle, she's very excited. And then when they started beating the absolute shit out of each other, she got super stoked.
That's what we like to hear. Because I mean, that's the one thing about both of these women is in any match they'll go fucking nuts, and it's not just this like, I don't want to say delicate women's match, but like they'll beat the shit out of each other, and yeah, that's what we got.
Jocelyn hits hard, dude.
Mm-hmm. She hits men hard. She hits women hard. What if I can get her to slap you?
Oh, ever? No, I don't want that to happen. Frankie Flynn did once, and that was it. He's the only one that I was going to say allowed. He wasn't even allowed. He just did it.
I mean, Thorne slapped you.
Yeah, I guess he did. I don't remember though. He didn't remember doing it either. We both had to be told the next day that was the thing that happened.
The John Thorne intro to Pod Van Dam is one of the ones that I remember.
I don't remember it.
It was I remember him just like kind of saying, I don't know if he said like, Ed, what's your deal? Or like, I don't know why people listen or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That and the other one I remember is Ethan Page. Because he actually wrestled Rob Van Dam.
That's who should be in the gauntlet.
Yeah, I don't know about that. If that's likely.
Ethan Page didn't let him beat everybody.
And then he goes and buys your Power Ranger things that you want.
Power Ranger Action Pals.
Action Pals, yes.
That's it, dude. I don't even want anything else back from my collection or to even add to it. I would just really like to have those, and I'd be content if I got all of those, all 5. I'd be set.
I think the main thing I misses my Zords.
I just never took them out of the box.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that I wish I didn't take them out of the box.
No, I mean like the ones that I had for like 5 or 6 years and I just sold like a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I never took this out of the box. So then I realized one day, I was like, I'm paying like $125 for a box. And there's a thing in it that is cool, but you can't see it because it's in the box that I won't take it out of. And that's fucking insane.
Did you have it when you were a kid?
No, man. We were poor as shit growing up, and I didn't have any like Power Ranger toys really growing up. So like, I think that's another reason why I was so quick to sell it and it was okay. It's like there's no sentimental attachment.
Yeah, we were poor as shit too, living in a trailer park. But I'm pretty sure it's one of the reasons why my dad had credit card debt. Because like I didn't get everything Power Rangers, but I know like I had all the Zords. Like I even had Titanus.
Titanus?
Titanus.
Nope, I know what that box says. It's Titanus on it.
That's like a Sean Connery fucking Jeopardy SNL thing.
Oh, it's a real thing. Like the box said Titanus. I think his head was in between tit and anus.
Gotcha.
They like when they did the new version of it a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think they fixed it. I think the original, I gotta look it up now. The original box says tit anus.
But yeah, I had the Zords. I had the weapon set. I had the Morpher that came with the gun knife thing, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, the Dragon Dagger?
No, because the Morpher came with the gun.
Oh, the blaster! Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they made a black variant of the Titanus?
Yeah.
Black with gold plated on it?
Yeah, that's the legacy stuff.
Yeah. My cousin's kid was like 3 or 4 and he's super into Power Rangers. And his grandma got him a gold plated Dragon Zord for Christmas. And my cousin's like, yeah, I put that up. And I just went and got him like a kid's version of it. Like, yeah, I'm not letting him touch that thing.
Good call. Very good call.
That's what I said. I was like, that's smart, man.
Seeing like how the price of that shit goes up. Like I bought a Dragon Dagger in 2019, the Legacy Edition, I think it was. And since they've changed who makes them, and now there's like a newer one, like that one has like gone up in value.
Oh, back when it was Bandai, now it's Hasbro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do want the Hasbro version. But now
what match are we talking about?
Jocelyn versus Ziggy.
Oh!
I'm not sure how we got on that tangent, but anyway.
Yeah, Jocelyn. Because the win now it's Jocelyn versus Mio Yamashita, right?
Yes, what you said.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, because after the match, it was Jocelyn pinning Ziggy. They shook hands, hugged, and Ziggy said, like, beat her for AIW.
You don't know Mio Yamashita at all?
No.
She can kick baseball bats in half.
Where's she from? Besides Japan.
Japan.
But I mean, like, where in Japan?
What do you mean?
Companies.
Tokyo Joshi Pro.
Yeah, that'd be why. Though almost any company in Japan, I would just be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's why. Especially if it's...
She has someone hold a baseball bat She kicks it and breaks the fucking thing. It's the coolest shit.
You think they'll do that at the show?
I hope so. Let's see her kick stuff real hard. Sorry, Jocelyn.
Breaks Austin James' bat.
Oh my god, fucking freaking any.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Money Shot versus the Bitcoin Boys. Yeah, this is a sad one there for Ed.
They lost in the worst way possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They couldn't have lost those titles in a worse way. Like, one of them is injured and they just got rolled up in Kent, Ohio. Like, it's just so, just a shitty situation. It sucks.
All right.
Everything about it sucks.
Kind of jumping to the end of the match. Eric Taylor injured his ankle in the match, and he was treated like right after it happened, and it took us to after the match. But in the meantime, the match was still going on. So it was basically a 2-on-1, and Zach Nystrom pinned Mikey for Money Shot to become the new AIW Tag Team Champions.
Is he Money Shot hair, or is he Money Shot bald?
He is Money Shot creepy mustache.
So Money Shot hair?
Yes.
Okay.
For me,
Money Shot bald.
The mustache is just horrible. I think when he first debuted in AIW, he didn't have it. He looked so much better.
I don't like him. I don't like those guys.
Because they beat Bitcoin?
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know if there was another reason.
I just don't. They got dumb faces. I don't like them. I probably don't like them in all the ways I'm not supposed to. Like, it's probably it's probably a good thing. Yeah, they got dumb heads. Like,
the thing that I'll say about Elijah Dean is I feel like he's gotten better. Like, just with like what, I don't want to say his gimmick, but like before he was like the man dime. He was a man dime, and his kind of thing was just like how like good looking he is. And I'm like, granted, I'm not saying I'm something to write home to, but like, I don't look at you and be like, that dude, like, he definitely looks good.
That's fucking lame. That's a lame gimmick.
Because he looked more like fucking baby Wardlow.
Wardlow already looks like baby Wardlow. He's not as tall as everybody thinks he is.
Well, Elijah Dean's shorter.
But these Money Shot guys are dumb assholes with dumb heads, and I don't like them. And I hope they lose all their matches. Hope that whoever they face next, they lose. If they don't, I hope the match after that is the one where they lose.
Do you think?
Also, how long into it did you think this was an angle?
No comment.
I thought this was an angle until I saw Mikey yell at a man. And I said, that is very out of character for Mikey. I think this is real.
Yeah, it's kind of what we were talking about earlier. I want to know what he said.
I don't know. If I had to guess, probably some fucking like move it along, some fucking, because it was taking a minute. But like, yeah, it's gonna take a minute. The dude hurt his ankle, so they're trying to get him out of there. But also not hurt his ankle anymore. So have some patience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Mikey fucking told that guy to go fuck himself, and that's when I was like, huh. All right. Well. This is real.
But yeah, new AIW Tag Team Champions.
I hope they lose it to anybody. I hope they lose it to PB and Brian Carson. I don't. Almost anybody. There's some people.
Money Shot versus To Infinity and Beyond. Oh,
dude, To Infinity and Beyond win those belts. Please win them. Are you shitting me? I love those boys now. They've been away forever. I always liked them to begin with. I thought it was comical that they just kept winning those belts, except when they beat Weird World. That really upset me. That really upset me a lot. And then I saw Masato Tanaka wrestle and didn't give a fuck because I was still mad. They ruined Masato Tanaka for it. God damn it, Chichikawa.
What about Money Shot versus 9 to 5?
Yeah, 9 to 5. I hope they beat Money Shot.
I'm trying to think, like, what tag team would it be that you're like, or is it that?
What would it be?
Is it PB and Carson? That's your line.
PB and Carson, I would want to win.
Okay. Their tag team name is Wrestling.
I want that softball boy near any titles.
Softball boy?
I don't want the softball boy near any belts.
You don't like Slugger?
Dude, we'll get to it. But Eric Field, hope the ankle gets better soon. Get back when those belts back. Yeah, man, this is a bummer. It's just an all-around bummer.
Drink your milk. All right. After this, we kind of was forced to go into intermission, and we came back to this one. Filthy Tom Lawler versus Joshua Bishop in a spin the wheel, make a deal. Well, I don't know if it's like spin the wheel, make a deal match, but that would be happening. I don't
spin the wheel, make a deal unless you don't like it, and then just spin it again until you get to something you like.
Well, I don't remember what the first. Oh no, the first match was table match. So they spun it, got tables match, and then it was like, oh, let's spin it again. And the one that they got was Prince of Darkness match, and there seemed to be oh, it's worse. Shit. Yeah. And I think Thorne and Clemens were like, nope.
Yeah,
you're not spinning it again.
You're not spinning it again. That's the match. And it ruled.
It was fucking insane.
This match was fucking great. This is one of my favorite things from this year so far. This was so dope. This is perfect.
I think it didn't really matter who won this match because Filthy and Bishop have had so many matches. If Bishop would have won, it's not look at Josh Bishop. It's oh yeah, he's won the last couple, I believe.
Yeah.
And with Filthy, who did win, I don't know. I didn't think any difference of it either. It was just kind of this fun fucking match.
That's what I was going to say. It was the most fun version of their match that they have. You know what I mean? They were in there and they weren't, I was going to say fucking around, but they weren't fucking around because they were it was dope, but it was fuck around version of their match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it wasn't fuck around in the sense of not trying. It was just dude, they both switched, acted like heels at different parts of it. They were just having fun. It was really dope. I liked it. They stomped Clemens really hard.
Yeah.
Prince of Darkness match, everybody, is a blindfold match.
Yeah, that was kind of my thing of how the matches were named to where Prince of Darkness, what does that mean? But it makes sense. In a way, it reminds you of Rick Rude versus Jake the Snake.
Sting and Jake the Snake.
Well, I'm thinking
the blindfold match? I thought you meant to spin the wheel, make the deal.
No. I'm thinking the even though they weren't blindfolded,
it was Rick Martel.
Oh, Rick Martel.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He shot him with the arrogance.
Yes.
Wrestling used to be wrestling, you know what I mean?
But it was the same thing. They weren't blindfolds. They were just
hoods.
Black hoods, yeah.
Somebody told me that they were fucking around before the show and they put those on. That they legitimately, nobody gimmicked them up and they were just black bags that were very insanely hard to see out of.
That's exactly what I was told too. And on top of not being able to see, kind of harder to breathe.
Yeah.
So it's kind of probably one of the reason there was a lot of moments in the match where they took the mask off.
Took it off?
Yeah.
Dude, I nearly pissed myself when Josh Bishop accidentally pulled it off when he went to pull Tom's head up.
Mm-hmm.
And then slowly put it back on his head. I don't know why. I just didn't expect Bishop to be that funny on his feet. That ruled. That was so good. That was probably my favorite spot of the entire night. It was that right there. That was so awesome.
I think Bishop can be pretty funny when he wants to.
Yeah, I just never think about it. That was great. And slowly puts it back down. Oh, man, this match was so awesome. Did tequila shots during the match. Tom's birthday.
Mm-hmm. 40th birthday.
Yeah, looking good for 40.
Yeah, looks better than I will at 40.
Fucking same, brother. Oh, man. So, were they serious about running it back?
I guess so.
I couldn't tell if that was a joke or not. Would they be dope if they do? I hope they do. Why not, dude? Gauntlet, you know what I mean?
The thing that I pitched to Bishop about it, I was like, you know what you guys should do? 3 stages of hell, but each one gets a spin. You don't know the 3 that are popping up.
3 coal miners gloves matches.
I mean, I would say they would have to be different. Like if it lands on something you've already done.
No, mine's way better. The one ends, and then Tom Dunn's got to take the coal miner's glove and put it back up on the pole. So here I go again. It'd be like the Foxy Pirates on One Piece. You know what I mean?
And for those who don't know, they were prepared for every match type.
Yeah, that was a real spin.
But anyway, it was Filthy Tom Lawler.
Who won?
Yeah, Filthy Tom Lawler makes Josh Bishop tap, and then after the match, they said basically, let's do it again at Gauntlet. But with all
that's how good that match was. Is that I had no memory of who won it. Like that wasn't what it was about at all. That was just fun. That was such a fun match.
And I think they said all new match types. So that's like 8 more matches on top of the 8 that were on that wheel.
Listen, John Thorne, put a cock cutter match on it.
No. I'm afraid that dude will just like show up out of nowhere.
You say cock cutter 3 times, he does.
In the mirror.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of shit Michael Keaton was in, why is he Batman in the Flash movie? What the fuck is that?
Because it's the same Batman. I'm guessing.
What does that fucking mean? How? Ben Affleck's Batman. They already did it. I don't understand. I'll never see this movie, so I'll never know. I just saw that today on Twitter, and I was very confused.
Yeah, it's like a different universe type thing.
All right.
Because it's the Flash, and he could do that type of thing. I don't know.
I guess.
All right, let's get into the main event.
Dun, dun, dun.
There was the Cibernetico match, and we had Team Smooth versus Team Shaw. And here were the lineups for each team. And like for those who don't know, it's you enter the match in this lineup, and then there's basically lucha rules to where, if you go out of the ring, it's considered a tag, or you can actually do tags, and then if you're eliminated, goes to the next person in the lineup. So Team Smooth was Marino Tenaglia, Sid Von England, Tyson Riggs, Philly Collins, The Duke, Derek Dillinger, Pretty Boy Smooth, and Brian Carson. Team Shaw was Calvin G. Lewis, Malcolm Cambridge, Ed's favorite, Austin James, Wes Barkley, Chuck Stone, Arthur MacArthur, Shaw Mason, and Sam Holloway. I don't have the eliminations on here. I just kind of went with the end of the match. But any thoughts on the match as a whole? Yeah.
I really enjoy it anytime Derek and the Duke wrestle anyone with family and friends in the audience. That is a lot of fun. They are both assholes, and it's great.
Big agree.
Yeah.
One thing that I enjoyed about that, because I believe you're kind of pointing out Austin James' family.
Yeah.
The thing that I loved, and it had nothing to do with the 2 people you mentioned. It wasn't Derek, and it wasn't the Duke. It was when there's moments where Philly is beating him up, and basically you have the family, booing him and saying stuff, and then you have Philly's girlfriend not that far away from, like, yeah, choke him, do it. And I'm like, oh my god, I hope his family's not like unhinged and is gonna want to fight you.
I don't remember if it was this match or the Tom and Josh Bishop match. Somebody tried to get a good old F slur chant going, and they made it one chant in before I think everybody around them let them know, hey, no one in the world fucking does that anymore. You fucking insane person. Shut up, you dumb fuck.
I think I remember that. Like, I heard it, and it was just like, who the fuck?
It was one and done. It got shut up fucking quick.
Like, yeah, like, you're outnumbered, motherfucker.
Yeah, somebody let him know. That was dope. Somebody let that guy know right away. Hey, no, not doing that.
Yeah, that's a big no. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me, because I almost forgot about that. But I had that same reaction. Literally, I turned around like, who the fuck said that?
Sid Von England looks like a fucking crazy person now. I like that a lot. I thought this match had a high percentage of falling apart at times because there's so many young wrestlers in it, and it didn't. And I was very pleasantly surprised. Everyone did really, really well getting their stories across to this match.
Something that I forgot to bring up earlier. We were talking about the whole Cisco Silver thing. The best joke was at the beginning of this Ziggy Jocelyn match when the referee was like checking both women, and I think maybe it was Marcy that said it like out loud. I said it like around people around me, just like softer, of like, oh, you don't have to do that. Cisco Silver's not here. And then I think when Marcy said it to her, I was like, yeah, I said the same fucking thing. But yeah, this match was it's long. I don't have the official time, because I mean normally like I have the tweet before and the tweet after, but like obviously tweeting this out after the show, like I don't have that ability. But yeah, like what you said, that they were able to tell like a lot of stories here.
Everybody got like moments to shine except Brian Carson, who should never get a moment to shine. And that's not even being mean. Brian Carson should always think he's like the coolest and best and just eat shit every time, but it never humbles him. That should be Brian Carson. Carson's role in this is absolutely fucking perfect. This is the best PB has looked in a long fucking time. Know what I mean? Like, yeah, and then the Cardona story with PME. I didn't see that coming.
Something that I noticed before the match was in this low boy ring, PB Smooth standing on the outside is taller than members only standing in the ring. Kind of saw that. I'm like, no one want to point that out.
I was cheering for Derek, and Calvin stared me down. I let him know, like, no, man, don't. I like you guys a lot too. I like everybody in this match except the softball kid and the karate kid.
You don't like softball or karate?
No, I don't like either of those kids. The karate kid, I think I don't like him in the correct way. I think he's working. I think it works. But the softball kid, no, I just don't. Doesn't connect with me in any way at all. He comes out to the worst song I've ever heard in my life, and then he it's a home run, and people call him Slugger. It's all just not for me. This is not. This is not for me.
When the Slugger chants happened, in so many words, I was like, why are we promoting domestic violence?
Slugger. I don't know, but he's over. People love him. Like, I know I'm the minority, so I'm wrong, and that's fine. I'm sure he's a great kid. I'm sure he's really good. I just can't do this softball thing, man. Oh, I can't do it.
For me, it's I can't connect to him. Like, literally, when I think of, or I see his gimmick, I think of a guy by the name of Peyton Vince, who used to hang around AIW. He was a fan, and then like I think he was a ring announcer for Mega. But he's a big like softball person, and like that's all I see. And it's like not a knock versus Austin James, but I'm like, I don't know, like just the baseball thing doesn't work for me. Just my own feel on it. I don't say I hate it.
You know why it doesn't work? It's because it's fucking goofy, and inherently there's nothing wrong with that. But think about everyone in that match. The only other person with like a gimmick was the Karate Kid. It was goofy, and it's like a goofy gimmick, but like I don't know how, like, if softball kid needs to be goofier or less good. Like,
I mean,
you know what I mean? It's not like AIW isn't like a gimmick heavy promotion.
Arthur was in there,
dude. You know what? I kind of felt the same with Arthur at the beginning. Then I got into it, and I think he found it. And I'm not judging the softball kid. I'm gonna give him time. I'm just saying right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you made me realize that. You know what? I was wrong about Arthur too. Arthur rules.
Arthur also stopped doing the voice.
I like the voice. I don't know.
The Arthur MacArthur is the Kofi Kingston of AIW. There needs to be someone to be like,
hey, that accent, and no one questions it.
Yeah, someone needs to be like, what happened to your accent? Remember?
Well, I was maybe I'm too hard on old Slugger. I'm gonna give him some time.
Remember when he used to call in Pa Van Dam and
a band? Because we couldn't bully him into changing his kid.
No, I was saying like
so we banned him from the show.
I would say like when he used to call, and then he would sound like he was like calling through an old phonograph or whatever. You know, first it was Jonah doing it, and then he would be like, "Oh, I forgot to do it," and like I'm editing at this point. I'm like, "Don't worry, I'm doing it." So when he got banned from the show, I'm like, "Oh, great, I don't have to do it anymore."
Then we said, "Oh, you don't want to be the Joker?" Sorry, you can't call it anymore. We only one choker, Arthur.
Anything else with this match? Who going into this?
Yeah.
Who did you want?
Lots of thoughts on this match. Who did I want to win? Duke.
Yeah, kind of.
It's not even a joke. So this is the way I look at the Gauntlet for the Gold title shot. It's very much like a Royal Rumble title shot where, like, you kind of know who's going to win it going in, and it's usually not the person challenging for it, so you can do some fun things with it. And I thought Duke versus Cardona is the funniest thing I think it would rule, and I wanted Duke to win. Yeah.
That would be really fun with promos. I'd like to hear what the Duke would have to say.
Yeah. Who would we cheer for, too? That'd be another fun thing, because it's the two most hated fucking people in the company.
I mean, I pay one of them money every month for a Patreon.
The Duke thanks you.
Because I'm not like Adam Van, who, what was it? He let Cardona like talk.
Hey, let Cardona make fun of him. I tell Cardona, go fuck yourself, you fucking dork. You think you're not a dork just because you're fucking tan to do steroids? Motherfucker, you're begging people to buy a $400 ring. It's pathetic. Stop it. Look at your life. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, no, Matt Cardona would get no chances for me to be mean to me for money. I don't. I don't have that kink. But this match, yeah, it came down. So let me know if you had the same thoughts. When the people that I felt were realistic going into it, like, it's probably gonna be one of these people that wins. When they were all gone and it was down to like PME and PB and Shaw and Sam, I was like, holy shit, is Shaw Mason's gonna win this? Because it has to be a face, right? Because it's Cardona. You get a title shot against Cardona. So it had to be one of those two, and I thought for sure it's gonna be Shaw. I was like, that is super fucking interesting.
I thought the person I thought was going to win on the show last week, I think I said Wes. But then
Wes, if I had to put like someone realistic, like Duke's who I wanted to win. But if I had to guess who was going to, Wes would have been my guess going into it.
Well, I said Wes on the preview, but then like I thought about it afterwards, and I really started to warm up the idea of it being Derek. It would make sense. Like, Derek doesn't necessarily have to be a heel in this position. I think it's a way for to kind of go back to like, well, Cardona never lost that title either. Yeah. This is also like revenge for, I should say redemption, not revenge, for Derek being second place in Cibernetico last year, and also not winning the Absolute title at Absolution. So he would want to like come out on top. He's finally the one holding both titles. Granted, I know people don't want those titles to be together again. Fine.
Yeah.
but I liked that story. And it's also like a big match for Derek. But yeah, once T was eliminated, I was like, fuck. And then, yeah, it was kind of like, oh, it's going to be Shaw that wins. Like, he's a team captain. You know, he'll have all his people there at Gauntlet, including Miss Frizzle. But no, it's kind of a shocker. I say kind of because Sam also just beat Kaplan.
Yeah, but now he's getting the Absolute title shot, and he has been wrestling the year even, right?
Not even.
Yeah, this is definitely shocking. It's really interesting. Like I said, those are definitely the two most interesting choices you could do. And like I said, the Gauntlet title shot it's not carrying the show, you know what I mean? The Gauntlet is, so you can do some fun things with it, like this, like throw a new guy in the deep end, just let him sink or swim, see what happens. Like, why not? You know what I mean?
Do you think Brent Baker will come back at this show?
No, no, I don't.
Yeah, that's kind of a one of them. But yeah, for those, because we kind of like skipped over, but all of Team Smooth got eliminated, and it was literally down to Shaw and Sam. And it was Sam pinning Shaw for the win.
What the fucking... Dude, he kills people with that choke slam.
God, yeah.
Just in the last couple months, he's figured out, like, how to work as a big guy. You know what I mean? Like, when you're first starting out, you're just fundamentals and you're just sticking to what you know and everything. But now he's got those down so he can add on top of it. And he's got these dope fucking big man moves, like a 911 choke slam that he just murders people with. It's awesome.
And I think the whole thing about like both of this final two with Sam and Shaw is that that's like your top 2 of the previous class.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think it's close. Like, it's nothing to the other 4, but it's definitely like these 2 head and shoulders above the rest. And like for different reasons. I think I said it maybe during J-Lit. I want to see these 2 as a tag team. Like, not necessarily right now, but they give me Sean Diesel vibes. Like what they could like be together.
Yeah. And yeah, these 2 are definitely, they're very good. They're going to be very, very good. They're going to be very, very good.
Mm-hmm. And then like you said, they're both, under a year.
Yeah.
Actually,
it's like, they're like cemented now. You know what I mean? Like for a while when the classes come up, they're stuck like in that group, especially with the minds of the fans as like students.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I think they've gone out of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're the first 2 to take that step out where like they are solidified like roster member people now.
If I'm correct, I gotta look this up, try to find a way to look this up quickly. Technically, this is going to be, I think, Sam's 2nd title shot. Just double checking how it was built. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Because
Fresh meat,
he did go up against Bishop.
That wasn't a title shot.
Yeah, it was not a title shot. So yeah, because I was like, oh man, like this is his 2nd title shot in the year, but no, 1st and under a year. Then the Fresh meat was August 20th. So yeah, that's the show. Any final thoughts or last minute plugs before we go?
I have a podcast now.
Oh, you do?
Hi, Bussy. It might be on stuff now.
It is.
It is?
I've downloaded it, but I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh. And we should be recording another one of those in like a week or 2, and that'll be out near the end of May. And follow me on Twitter at HiaBussyPod.
Can't believe you killed off the Pod Van Dam Twitter.
Dude, it's so much more peaceful. Like, I'm so happy I did it. Like, I did it at first with a line of thinking, like, oh, I can just reactivate it if I want to in 30 days and get all that back. And then, like, after a week of not having it and being able to, like, tweet things and not have to argue with the dumbest fucking people in the world because I'm so under the radar, like, it's so nice. Yeah, I'm so glad I killed that thing.
Yeah, a lot of memories, though.
Yeah, but, like, that's not real. It's just binary code. Those memories still exist. You remember them.
Well, of course, you can find myself at jsummers330 on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Hive, much like I can find the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, facebook.com/WrestlingCheers, twitter.com/WrestlingCheers, and instagram.com/WrestlingCheers. Email, if you so choose to desire, WrestlingCheers@gmail.com. And let's go over those places that you can listen to this show, where you can rate, review, and subscribe. That would be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, or Podbean, WrestlingCheers.podbean.com. And in the show notes, there is a link to all of them. Check out our podcast friends, such as Hiya Bussy, Super Fantastic Podcast, The IndieCast, Sobros Network, Biff Radio, Game Marks Podcast, Powerbomb Jitsu, Power Driver Podcast, Fully Posable, Positively Pro Wrestling, Indie Wrestling Guide, If You Catch My Grift, At Odds with Wrestling, Marks with Mikes, Juggalo Rewind, X Over, This Ends at Prom, and Porch Talk. Check out our other non-podcasting friends, such as The Mystery Men, Redline Radio, Mouse's Wrestling Adventures, VHS Party Tonight on Instagram, Danger Zone Video in Joliet, Tennessee, Heart of Gold, Ohio Toy Show, Time Capsule Toys, Smokin' Jay's Barbecue, 20x20 Apparel, JCP Designs, Midwest Territory, Southern Underground Pro, and the official graphic designer of Wrestling Cheers, Moy Boy Designs. That will do it for us here on Wrestling Cheers, where everybody knows your name, especially when you're Hiya Bussy. Later.
It's the Wrestling Cheers. Get up on your feet, brightening your day in the middle of the week. And you gotta love the show. Yeah, you know it holds a title for the best podcast talking wrestling in Ohio. Finishing a cold one, take a load off. We ain't all about the prohibition like Josh, so we cheers. and then we sit back. Other shows are in the trash, kinda like they Nick Stapp. Like the name is Matt Justice, wearing all the gold. Wrestling Cheers is coming to a close. The #1 podcast going in the game. And one day everybody's gonna know the name. It's the Wrestling Cheers. This is Platinum Max, signing off. Ohio, good night. The world, good night. We love you. We'll see you next week.